Breaking down plywood can sometimes suck. With the right cut layout, it can be thoughtful repetition at the table saw, but once I had a cut sheet with a bunch of overlapping rips and crosscuts, the enemy of efficiency and repetition, no table saw. So I spent an afternoon on my hands and knees in the driveway, making breakdown cuts with my track saw on a seat of foam insulation. And after I finished icing my joints, I wanted a breakdown solution that isn't at ground level. The Dog Island Offcuts workbench rolling cart has some extension frames precisely designed for breaking down plywood, but I didn't have it with me. I was at the other wood shop. The other shop has a table saw and a rolling work table, so it doesn't need another workbench. A complete work surface that is dedicated solely to breaking down plywood would be overkill and crowded. So what's the sweet spot? Something that takes up a minimum of space, but still supports a full sheet of plywood for breakdown. I'm not the only person to have this situation, and there are lots of good ideas out there that deserve credit. Steve Maskery has a great table that breaks down, has a sacrificial lattice for supporting breakdown cuts, and can be built from a single sheet of plywood. Jerry Brown at Old Style Woodworks has a similar lattice construction that is placed on sawhorses, and I liked his implementation of an angle protractor for his track saw guides. Looks perfect for dialing in square cross cuts or perfect angle cuts across large surfaces. Izzy Swan has made a workbench that collapses into a compact package and has suspended hook arms for easily moving a sheet of plywood from the wood rack to the tabletop. The Pneumatic Addict has a mobile workbench design where the base folds into a very small package but still provides a solid platform for any solid work surface you put on top. And the May 2009 issue of Wood magazine has an ideas entry from Jeff Tobert of Alberta, Canada, with a similar solid worktop but a folding frame constructed with 1x4s, pocket screws, and piano hinges. So, I stole a little bit from each design. I didn't want to store a big tabletop or a foam board anywhere in the shop, so a lattice frame seemed like a good choice. I wanted casters instead of folding sawhorses for a base, and I had a narrow spot back by the wood rack that could keep a breakdown table out of the way. So I spent some time on SketchUp, and here's the finished product. Simple rectangular frames connected by piano hinges and rolling casters at the four corners, a sacrificial lattice top that can support a full sheet of plywood, and the frame ends fold inwards to make it about 6 inches wide. It rolls right up against the wall in the back room. I started with 2 sheets of adequate half-inch plywood, so when I was designing the frame, I tried overlapping half-lap joints as an experiment to make rectangular frames. Putting the boards together with glue and a lot of brad nails has so far given me base frames that are rigid and stable. Putting a bunch of dados in the frames and the tops gave me a lattice construction that sits securely on the folding base. And now it's breakdown time. If this is a project that interests you, the plans are up on the Dog Island Etsy store. Happy building.